Hello everyone, welcome back to another video of CloudDeepDive. In this series of videos, we are talking about AWS KMS, and in this particular video, we will talk about user access. So to start with, I want to show you that a user defined in my IAM identity and access management who has administrative access will be able to do all the operations on the KMS even though we have not added any particular user for the KMS key. So if I go to KMS and in the particular KMS key, if I show you CMK demo 1, I don't have any administrator defined here. I don't have any user defined on this particular uh, key. So let's first log in by using that particular user. So in my other console, I've already logged in by using CDD admin who has administrative access. And if we go to the KMS and try to list the keys, so this user is able to list all the keys because of the administrator access. Now, if I go to CMK demo, this user will be able to perform all the actions. So if I want to disable the key rotation, this user can do it. And if I want to add an administrator to this, suppose I want to use this particular user to as an administrator, I will be able to do it. I can add any other user to it, suppose these two as a user, so I will be able to perform all these actions. So with this, that it tells you that administrator defined in your account have all the permissions to do all the operations on this particular key, even though we haven't defined that particular user as the administrator here. Is still the administrator defined in the IAM will be able to perform all the actions. So the way the access work in this is that it takes combination of the key policy and the IAM policy, and if nothing is specified there, that means that it will deny every access. But if you have specified or given any particular access, then user will be able to access these things. And as an administrator, all the KMS rated activities are allowed. Now, if I go to my S3 bucket and try to enable the encryption on this S3 bucket by using the KMS key, and I want to use the particular KMS key CMK demo 1 where I don't have any administrator or user. So even though I don't have any administrator or user defined on that particular KMS key, but this user is still able to list all the keys and enable the encryption. Now if I want to upload an object by using the CDD admin and upload, now you can see user is able to upload the object. And if we try to open this particular file, so you can see the user can open this file and they can download it as well if required. So with this, you understand that if the user has administrative access, even though the user is not added as an administrator or as a user, they will still be able to use this particular key for encryption and decryption. So the next user we will test by using a user KMS user 2, and this user have only Amazon S3 full access. So this user is not an administrator. So let's see what this user can do or cannot do. Another thing I want to show on the KMS console for that particular key, I don't have any administrator, I don't have any user as well. So let's go to console, and I logged in by using the KMS user 2 which has only S3 access. And if I go to S3 bucket and show you the properties, so right now this user is using, we will be working on the particular bucket which is have encryption enabled. So if I try to edit and then try to change the KMS key, you can see this user is getting an error that the user is not authorized to perform any operation. Basically the list alias is not authorized because we didn't give any permission to the user. So this way that user won't be able, or any of your user won't be able to change any of this encryption key on your bucket. Next, if we go to the KMS, because this user does not have any permission, so user won't be able to list any keys as well. If this user tried to upload any object to the bucket, user won't be able to do that because S3 bucket internally try to encrypt this bucket by using the KMS key, and in that it sends the data about this user to the KMS key, and the KMS key finds out that this user does not have permission to do the encryption or decryption, so my upload will fail. Next, what we will do, we'll add this user in the KMS key as a KMS user too, and we'll see after doing this whether the user is able to encrypt or decrypt the data or not. Okay, I'm on my console where I logged in as a KMS user too, and we'll try to upload the object to this bucket where I have the encryption enabled by using the KMS key where I added this user as a KMS user. So let's try to upload this object and upload. Okay, you can see it's successful, and if I try to open this particular object, I should be able to, yes, I'm able to open the object. So you see that when I add this particular user in the KMS, the user is able to upload the object and open the object as well. Now let's remove the user from here, and next what we will do, we'll add the permission to this user here in the IAM, and we'll see that whether this user will be able to access the object or not, or encrypt or decrypt the object or not. Okay, so what I did now, I added a custom policy to this user where I give it some permission like list key, decrypt, encrypt, describe key. If I go to the console where this user is logged in now and I try to list the keys, you can see that the user is able to list the keys, but when I open the key, it says that it is not authorized to get key policy. So I cannot see any of the information, just the basic describe key information. I can see it here, but not any other information I can see because this user does not have access. So one thing which I want to kind of point it out here, that whether you add the user under the key policy or you add a policy for the user under IAM, they both work in the same way. Like the policy evaluation work, that it consolidate all the policies from everywhere and try to see whether you have access to the particular resource or not. Now you see that this user has access to encrypt and decrypt. This policy allow these two operations. So let's see whether the user is able to upload the data to S3 bucket or not. If we use the AWS image and try to upload it, it failed, and it's saying that it does not have access, it does not have permission to upload the files. And the reason for that is whenever you upload or AWS service try to do the encryption, the way the encryption work is it generate a data key, and I will be covering the topic in my future video. So it generate a data key, the plain data key and the encrypted data key. It use that particular data key to encrypt your data, and then store your encrypted data and the unencrypted data key and in your S3. So whenever you need to decrypt the data, what S3 will do, it will take your encrypted data key, send it to KMS, and ask the KMS to decrypt the data key. After that, it will get the decrypted data key, and by using which it will decrypt your data and give it back to you. So I will be talking about the whole process in my upcoming video. But for now, let's edit the policy and give the permission to generate data key. So I will select all these options for now and review policy and save changes. Remove older non-default policy version 2. Okay. So now you can see that this user has generate data key policy have that access as well. Now let's try to upload the object and see whether it work or not. Now see, the user is able to upload the object. So main idea about of having this particular video was just to show that you can add the particular access by using the key policy, or you can add access by using the IAM policy. It doesn't matter. As long as you are providing the right access to the user will be able to do the operation on the KMS console, as well as user will be able to use this KMS key to do the encryption and decryption. Hope you like this video. You learned something new in this, and I will be uploading more videos on KMS in coming weeks. Please stay tuned and subscribe to my channel. Press on the bell icon so that you will get notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you so much. Bye.